Module 2, Transcendental and Polynomial Equation and Iterative Bracketing Method. Objective: to know the different methods in solving roots of a polynomial expression and to solve the roots of a polynomial equation. To differentiate transcendental and polynomial equation. Pre-activity. Number 1. 9x squared minus 9x plus 2 equals 0. So, ang quadratic formula niya is x equals negative b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So, a is equals to 9, b is equals to negative 9, c is 2. So, x is equals to negative times negative 9 plus minus square root of negative 9 squared minus 4 times 9 times 2 over 2 times 9. So, equals negative will be positive 9 plus and minus square root of 81 minus 72 over 18 equals 9 plus minus 81 minus 72 is equals to square root of 9 over 18. So, 9 plus minus or square root of 9 will be 3 over 18. So, other solution anak niya is 9 plus 3 over 18 equals 12 over 18 or 2/3. Or 9 minus 3 over 18 equals 6 over 18 or 1/3. Number 2 is x squared plus 9x plus 14 equals 0. Factoring method. X minus 2 and x minus 7. So, x minus 2 equals 0. So, the x's will be positive 2. Then, x minus 7 equals 0. So, x will be positive 7. 3. X squared plus 4x plus 3 equals 0. Completing the square. So, x squared plus 4x plus 2 squared equals negative 3 plus 2 squared. X plus 2 squared equals negative 3 plus 4. So, x plus 2 squared equals negative 3 plus 4 equals 1. So, para matangtang ang squared, imo siya both square root para makancel. So, mana siya ang makuha ang x plus 2 equals positive and negative 1. So, x plus 2 equals positive 1. Imo siya minus both side. So, mana ang makuha ang x equals negative 1. Then, x plus 2 is equals to negative 1. I-minus gapon siya both side. So, ang iya x will be negative 3. So, 4. X squared minus 16 equals 0. Extracting the square roots. So, x squared minus 16 equals 0. X squared equals 16. So, ikuan siya og square root both side. Cancelled. So, makuha ang x equals positive and negative 4. Self-assessment. Can I solve the function using the traditional method of finding the roots? So, quadratic formula, nasa 4 ako check. Completing the square, nasa 3 ako check. Extracting the square root, nasa 3 ako check. Then, factoring method, nasa 3 ako check. So, solve a function finding the roots by using the bisection method, second method, regular-Falsy method, Newton-Raphson method, simple point iteration method, modified Newton-Raphson method. So, ang ako check is nasa 1. So, can I identify what is the difference between the transcendental equation and polynomial equation? So, ang ako check nasa 3. Then, solve a function using differential calculus. Solve the multiplicity of the roots. Then, solve linear and nonlinear equations, nasa 2, ako check. Then, solve eigenvalue problems, nasa 1, ako check. So, know how to use Excel? Sa 2 ako. Check.
Transcendental equation. In mathematics, transcendental functions are the analytical functions that are not algebraic and hence do not satisfy the polynomial equation. In other words, transcendental functions cannot be expressed in terms of finite sequence of the algebraic operations of addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, raising to a power and extracting the roots. An polynomial equation is an equation that has multiple terms made up of numbers and variables. An polynomial equation can have different exponents. Examples. Find the root of the function fx equals 2x cubed plus 5x minus 8. Since we are not given an interval, the first thing we need to do is find an interval, ab, where fa is negative value and fb is positive value. So let us start with 0. So let x 0, f0 is equals to 0 cubed plus 5 times 0 minus 8 equals negative 8. So let x1, f1 is equals to 2 times cube plus 5 times 1 minus 8 equals negative 1. So let x2, so f2 is equals to 2 times 2 cube plus 5 times 2 minus 8 equals 18. Since we have now a succeeding opposing sign value of our x, then that will be our interval. The interval now will be at 1 and 2. This is where the root or the value of x that will make fx equals 0 will be located. To solve the approximate value of the x so that the function fx is equals to 0, we use this table. Note, our interval is 1, 2. So therefore, a is 1 and b is 2. The equation is fx equals 2 times cube plus 5x minus 8. So a is 1, b is 2, fa is negative 1, fb is 18, c equals a plus b divided by 2 is 1.5. So fc is 6.25. If the value of our fc is positive, change the value of our b in the next row with our c. And if the value of our fc is negative, change the value of our next row with our c. So b minus a is 1. So our goal is to have a value of b minus a is less than of 0.0. So a will remain the same since fc is not negative. So change the value of b with c since fc is positive, which is 1.5. fa is negative 1, fb is 6.25, c is equals to a plus b divided by 2 is 1.25, fc is 2.15625, ba is 0.5. Since our ba is greater than 0.01, so we will still continue. A will remain the same since fc is not negative. B, change the value of b with c since fc is positive, 1.25. Fa is negative 1. Fb is 2.15625. C is equals to 1.125. Fc 0.473656. BA is 0.25. A will remain the same since FC is not negative. B, change the value of B with since C if FC is positive, 1.125. FA is negative 1. FB is 0.472656. C is equals 1.0625. So FC is negative 0.28857. B minus A is 0.125. Since If C is negative, change the value of A with C. Ano siyang 1.0625. B will remain the same. FA is negative 0.28857. FB is 0.472656. C is equals to 1.09375. FC is 0.085632. B minus A is 0.0625. In the process until we can get B A that less than 0.01. Since we have now a value of B minus A that is less than 0.01, we will stop here. So, conclusion. Since the B minus A is lesser than 0.01, we can conclude we already reached the approximate root of the function. Since the last interval AB is 1.085938 and 1.09375 and the root lies in between, then we can say that our C value, which is 1.089844, the median of the interval, is our roots.
Regular falsy method or false location method. It is numerical procedure for solving an equation in an unknown. It is very similar to the algorithm of the bisection process, which is one of the oldest methods. The approach is the trial and error process of using the variables test or false values and then changing the test value according to the result. This is sometimes also referred to as guess and check. In this method, the root is approximated using this formula, wherein is the number of iterations. Note, look at the sign of fxn. If the sign of fxn is the same as fa, then set a as xn, or if it's the same as fb, then set b as xn. For example, find a root of an equation fx equals 2 times cube minus 2x minus 5 using false position method or regular false method. Since we are not given an interval, the first thing we need to do is find an interval AB, where the sign of FA and FB are opposite to each other. So let us start with 0. So let x equal 0 if f0 equals 2 times cube minus 2 times of 0 minus 5 equals negative 5. So let x 1. f1 equals 2 times cube minus 2 times 1 minus 5 equals negative 5. So let x2 if f2 equals 2 times 2 cube minus 2 times 2 minus 5 equals 7. Since we have now succeeding opposing sign value of our x, then that will be our interval. Then the interval now will be at 1 and 2. This is where the root or the value of x that will make fx equals to 0 will be located. Next step is constructing a table. Mani siya na table. So first is 1, 2, negative 5, 7, and 1.41667. Ano nakuha na siyang 1.41667 gamit atong formula. Then negative 2.14699. Substitute lang atong sa x and sa equation. Then second is A niya is 1.41667 and B is 2 and FA is negative 2.14699, FB is 7, then 1.55359, and negative 0.15063. So third is A is 1.55359, and B is 2, and FA is negative 0.60759, FB is 7, then 1.58924, negative 0.60759. Now to continuing the process, see ya. Conclusion: since we have now a value of our fxn that is less than or equal to 3 decimal digits, we can now approximate our root. Therefore, the approximate root of the equation using false position method is 1.60056.